No, Sanvi, I cannot hear you. Am I supposed to be able to?
Why?
Oh, that's my Netflix. Wrong thing. I guess not, Sanvi. I can't hear you. I can't hear anything. Yeah, I'm gonna start. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Let's start. Yes, it was Netflix. Leave me alone. Okay. All right, it's 9 o'clock. Let's start. So, the very first thing we're gonna go over is just the general. Oh, Allie, why were you worried? Okay. You guys are going to distract me with these comments. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to go over is relation versus function. So the three different kinds of representation we learned about is maps, graphs, and tables. So real quick, I've drawn out a data set here, and here's our domain range, our map, and our table. And obviously, we all know how to graph. If you mess that up, not going to be amused. So we look at every coordinate is x comma y. So that's 2 is our x and 3 is our y. So in our domain and range, the very first thing we need to do is put our brackets. And you'll notice my squiggly lines are already drawn there because opening a marker with one hand is super easy. Okay, so the brackets are on there, and then our domain, another word for domain is x, so all over x's. So we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of those numbers are listed once, so we're going to list them once. 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a little bracket. Okay, range we know is y value, so that's 3, 6, 9, and 6. Now, the y values repeat. Real quick, when y'all are on here commenting, let me know if the y values repeat, is it a function or not? I'll wait for some comments. If the y values repeat, is it a function? All right. Awesome, guys. I'm getting a yes consensus, so that's perfect. Okay. So the y values can repeat. So but it's still the same number, so I'm only going to write it once. So we're going to have 3. Oh, can't see now. Hold on. Sanvi, yes, you were first. Congratulations. Okay, so we're going to have 3, 6, and 9. So I still write it in numerical order, but I only write the 6 ones. All right? So that's a quick review on domain and range. Now, the easiest way to move from domain and range to mapping is literally just move this whole section down here. So I'm just going to write 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing over here. Just going to move this down. 3, 6, 9. Now this is where you draw your arrows. So my original coordinate was 2, 3. So I'm going to draw an arrow from this 2 to this 3. Why did you only put brackets on one side? Because I forgot, homie. No, there's brackets on both sides. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. You good, Casey? There's brackets on both sides. Okay, so we're going to go 2 to 3. 2 to 3, okay, and then 3 goes to 6, so we're going to draw an arrow there. 4 to 9, and then 5 to 6, so we're going to draw the arrow from the 5 all the way up to the 6. So that's a map. Okay? So, last thing we have is a table. We all know how to graph points. Again, you messed that up. Sad face emojis. So, we have 2, 3. So, our x's go in numerical order here. So, we're going to write our 2. You get points. The map, the arrows are unrelated-ish. Unreadable-ish. Yeah, like, make it as clear as we can, dude. Like, this isn't like true false where you draw like the T and the F at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to put these in chronological order, or excuse me, numerical order. So we have 2, 3, 4, 6, and then they're going to go with their appropriate coordinates. So that's a 6 if we can't read. So it should say 3, 6, 9, 6. Only this goes in numerical order. This side goes with the thing it's on. Okay? So that is maps, we know how to graph, and we know how to do tables. You all just told me you know the difference between a relation and a function. So now the subset of a function is linear and nonlinear. All right, we have 3 different ways to represent that: equations, tables, and graphs. Y'all know how what does a linear graph look like? Comment. Tell me right now while I have to. Is it a function if there is a fraction? In the equation, we'll cover that. Yes, it depends on what the fraction is. Straight line, shout out Sanvi. Karunya, a line on a graph. What kind of line, Karunya? A straight line, phenomenal, phenomenal. A straight line, way to go, Yogi Bear. All right, so you said it too, correct? You did. All right, hold on. Allie's coming in strong with the answers. Okay, so it's a straight line. So we know how to graph, right? It's a straight line or it's not. So real quick, is this a function? If this is an x and this is a y, is this line a function? Yes or no? Yeah, awesome, guys. No, because it doesn't pass the vertical line test. So a way to represent this is x equals, right? Because isn't any point on this is going to equal that x. So if your equation is x equals, it is not a function. Function, not a function. X equals is not a function. Hey, stop fighting about who is first and write down that x equals is not a function. Hey, Connor, welcome. Okay, so x equals is not a function because we just proved it. It doesn't pass the vertical line test. But this is the y-axis, right? Isn't this a function? Doesn't that pass the vertical line test? Doesn't this pass the vertical line test? So what is y equals at? What is x equals y? That would be a vertical line. We'll deal with that. Okay. So, sorry, ignore that. This is a function. So, isn't this y equals something? Whatever dot is on here. Okay, hold on, Casey. I don't know what you're talking about with the x equals y, but give me a second. I'll get there, okay? So, this is y equals, right? So, any function that's or any equation that's y equals is a function. Or excuse me, is a linear function. So we have linear functions and that's an equation. We can have functions that are nonlinear, which means that when given a table, there's not a constant rate of change. So if I have y equals x squared and I make a table out of this, I can prove to you that it's not linear. So if I take 2 squared is 4, 3 is 9, 4 is 16. Well, this is changing by 1. This is changing by 5. This is changing by 7. Like, that doesn't make sense. So that's not linear. So if there's an exponent, it's not linear. It's a function, but it's not linear. Okay? And a fraction. Okay. The quizzes had a fraction on it. I don't think your quiz is going to have one on it, but the easiest way to tell if it's a function or if it's linear is to just plug it in. So, no exponents in a linear. Congratulations. Not a constant rate of change. Very good job. What even if it's with y equals? Is there a constant rate of change? Does that mean it's linear? If there is a constant rate of change, that means it's linear, correct? Dia, correct. Okay, so if I have a fraction, all I do is plug it in. Just make a table and see if there is a constant rate of change. So if my x is 1, then isn't my y 1? Because 1 over 1 is 1. If my x is 2, then that equals 1/2. If my x is 3, that equals 1/3. Well, 1 to 1/2 is going by a half. 1 to 1/2 to 1/3 is less than a half, so that's not a constant rate of change. So this is not linear, but it's y equals, so it's a function. Does that make sense? Are we good on equations? Y equals is a function, x equals is not. Exponents is not linear. Y equals anything without exponents should be linear. Plug it in to make sure. We good on that? The definitions will be the synonyms for x. the synonyms for y, and function, but you need to do the perfect definition of function that's on your study guide. Could you explain y equals x equals? Okay. Who's microwavable Nutella, and why are you so late, homie? Could you go over it? Go over which? That y equals x equals? David. Oh, welcome, D squared. Okay. While I go over x equals y equals, someone tell Allie what the synonyms for x and y are. Okay. Microwave Nutella. Y equals and x equals. Okay. The study guide is what you did in class, yes. Okay. David, if I have a graph and it's y equals, isn't any point on this line going to be the same y? That passes the vertical line test. It's a function. If I have any point on this line, it's going to be whatever x equals, and that does not pass the vertical line test, so it is not a function. All right. Let's check back here. So, synonyms for x should have been input, domain, and independent. Synonyms for y should have been output, dependent, and range. The study guide is what you did in class. The definition of a function is oh, sorry, this is my room, guys. Is a special subset of relations that has exactly one output for every input. Dia, don't worry about the y equals 1 over x. It's not on your quiz. It's just an example. Good job, Rohit. Good job, Natalie. Good job, Leanna. Batman Forever had a dawn of comprehension. Hardy, yes, the synonyms are on the quiz and the test. Karanya, don't worry about y equals 1 over x. Hi, Natalie. Good job, Gia. We're fantastic, Natalie. Thanks for joining at 9:11. Sanvi, way to make flashcards. Why was that a waste of time? Sanvi, why did you give up? That's mean. Could you please repeat the definition? No, it's on your study guide that you did today. It is on the definitions on Edmodo, and it should be in your notes. I'm not repeating it again. Hi, Ayush. Will we have to know formulas? I don't even know what... Smitty's, what formulas are you even talking about? Can an exponent have an exponent? I don't even know what that question means. All right. No, there's no point of origin stuff in this unit. I don't know where y'all got that in 6th grade, but I think we mixed something up with that. I think we do have to know formulas for just... What are you... There's no formulas, guys. What are you talking about? I only did the ones I didn't remember. Guys, if you're wondering if you get an equation and you're wondering if it's linear or not, plug it into a table and see what happens. There are no formulas. You guys are tripping me out with this. There are like 15, 20 questions on the quiz. Maps and graphs are on the quiz, yes. All right. Any questions? Any specific content questions? Anything you need? No, it's not hard. I don't think you'll have to graph, but you will have to read a graph. I don't know what graphing equations means. No, you won't have to graph an equation. I've already answered if we have definitions. It's not a function if it's x equals. No, it's not a function if it's x equals. Y equals is a function. If there's exponents, it's not linear. If you know your stuff. Yes, Gray, you should be fine if you know your stuff. Connor, I don't know what you mean by linear and nonlinear. Like, there's 3 different subsections of that. What I need more specific. No, we're not giving out the function, the definition of function again. It's on your study guide. It's on the vocab on Edmodo, and it should be in your notes. Can you make a table where it's nonlinear? Yes, Dia. Let's make a table where it's nonlinear. Will it be like the cutting thing we did in class today? No, Lana, it'll be more specific questions, but it'll be over the stuff we did. Hardy, I've already answered definitions. Also, if there's an ordered pair 5, 7, can you please graph it? I'm a little confused on where and how to graph. Allie, come to the study session. I can't teach you how to graph over YouTube Live. Will we have to read a map? You'll have to be able to, like, tell if it's a function or not. Connect the dots, yes. Okay, for the record, can you say hi, Natalie? Stop, y'all. That's not cute. Can we do maps? Yes, we'll do another one. Is that the only thing that will be a function y equals? Yes. X equals is not linear. X equals is not a function. 5 is the x-axis, y. Yes, thank you, Sanvi. Rylan, I don't know what you're doing. Can we practice identifying whether an equation is linear, nonlinear, function, or relation? Did you get a star? He hasn't graded it yet. Can you go over rate of change again? I'm confused. How's Netflix? It's chilling, bro. Okay. So, what happens if f of x is x of x? We're not going to have anything like that, Casey. Okay. That show is great. I know it is. Okay, so rate of function. I think you mean rate of change, Hardy. Okay, so a non-consistent table. So let's say like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is like 3, 9, 11, 14. So each one of these is 1, right? But this is like 6, this is 2, this is 3, like that. 6 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, that doesn't make sense. That's not a consistent rate of change. Watch The Office. I don't like it. The Good Place is fire. It ends soon. It's already played. It's better. Allie, the 5 would go right and then up 7, correct. Flash, not enough episode shop is regular coordinate plane. Yes. Cheaty, ugh. Hashtag Ryland's killing it. Will there be dots on the quiz? I don't know what dots are. Casey, don't worry about that function thing. It's like regular coordinate. Cody, you do love The Office. Wait, I'm not allowed to watch any of these shows. Well, don't do it, Bob Tomato. So that means it's not linear. Correct, Dia. There's not a consistent rate of change. It's not linear. So if it's... Oh, no, don't rotate twice. Okay. Hardy, I still don't... I'm sorry, Hannah. I don't know what you mean by dots. I don't know what that means. 7th period worksheet. Hardy, I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, honey. The 7th period worksheet dots, like on the worksheet. I don't know what that means. Okay. Any other questions? We've covered linear, nonlinear equations. Why? Okay. Last time, screenshot this, y'all. X equals not a function. Y equals function. Y equals something squared, nonlinear. Y equals like x plus 2, linear. All right, screenshot that bad boy, y'all. X equals would represent a graph that looks like this. So that's not a function. Y equals would represent a graph that's like this. So that's a function. Y equals here would give you a constant rate of change. Yx would not give you a constant rate of change. Okay, are we good? All right, maps. If you're given, okay. If you're given a specific, no, don't stress. Everybody is going to do great. Yeah, you're all going to do great. I told you I'm going to have to cut like 700 million red stars. Okay, so last thing, let's do maps real quick. Casey, what's your one last question? No. Casey, what's your question? I already asked that. Okay, so mapping, last one. X, Y. Okay, your domain is your x's, so you have 2, 3, 5. None of those repeat, and we're going to put them in numerical order, 2, 3, 5. Over here we have 3, 4, 4. They're in numerical order, so it's 3, 4, but it repeats, so I only have to write it once. My y's repeat, which is okay, it's still a function, so I match my 2 to my 3, my 3 to my 4, and my 5 to my 4. Mapping. That's it. Arithmetic sequences this unit. The only part you're going to look at that is the when you look at the rate of change to see if it's arithmetic. Basically, all of these are arithmetic sequences. Arithmetic means a constant rate of change or the similarity in difference. So all of these are technically arithmetic sequences, but not specifically now. Auto. When you find the range, do you have to put the numbers in order? On the map, you have to put the numbers in numerical order. If you're given like range, whatever, they have to be in numerical order. If it's a table and it's X, Y, the X's need to be in numerical order. The Y's just need to go with what the X coordinate is. Range and domain is just X and Y listed in brackets. Numerical only lists number once. For a table, you don't. Y'all, do not be scared. I promise you this is the easiest quiz. I took it in like 8 minutes today. You're all going to get stars, and I'm going to have to cut up stars all planning period. No, there's no 3D graphs, guys. That was a joke. He was just telling you that if you don't put your things in parentheses, he's going to make you do that. It was a joke. He was being sarcastic. Can you do as much study session stuff because I can't go? I already did this entire thing was the study session. We're not repeating any of this. If an X repeats, does that mean it's not linear? If an X repeats, that means it's not a function, Dia. You know that. Come on. Sorry, I mean, I didn't mean that sarcastically, but like you do know that. For the table, do we group X and Y by pair? Correct. The X is in numerical order and it's grouped by pair. There are other videos if anyone needs anything else. Correct, Connor, there are. Thank you. I know, but you're smart and I'm not. I don't know who you're talking to. Wow. Yay. All right, this is nonsense. Thanks, Rohit. Don't talk bad about our students, Bob Tomato. Thank you, Sanvi. I'm definitely not going to get a star. Yes, you are. Allie, I can't wait to give you a bajillion stars. Who is that? Is that Allie? That is. Imagine if this was on a test. Okay. Well, Bob Tomato, maybe name yourself Natalie and then I would know. Do we need to map a relation? It'll ask you if a map is a relation or not. You are absolutely going to get stars and trophies. What if you leave brackets? What if we leave off brackets or parentheses? You'll lose points. Caitlin, superstar status is coming. All right. Anything else? Last call. Dude, it's a squiggle. That's what mine look like. Last call. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. I love like 9 questions come in at the end. So basically a relation. All right. Allie, see me in the morning. When to use parentheses? When it's a coordinate set. All right. Thank you, Sanvi. Good night, you guys. You're gonna kill this. I cannot wait to cut up 9 bajillion stars. So excited. Wait, what? Allie, what? You're typing. Type faster. Bye, Lana. You're welcome. No, it's a squiggle. It's a squiggle. She's multitasking for helping it. You're welcome. You're all going to get an amazing amount of stars. No, Natalie, I'm not going to say your name because you need to call it by your name is. Oh no, I'm in 6th period. You're going to get a bajillion stars, Caitlin. Well, we need to read a map. Yes. First thing in the morning. Please say my name. I already said it, Natalie. First, yeah. She said it. Thank you, Sanvi. All right, goodbye. You're all nonsensical. Bye.